firefighters from seveseveral agencies responded to the call just after 4 this afternoon.
Police say the library was evacuated because of smoke, but they don't believe anyone is hurt.
And this is a live look now at the scene. You can see fire crews working there. They had been working on part of the building.
The main library on K-State's campus, Hale Library, is closed tonight after a fire broke out in the building. It's an update to a story we first brought you on air and online.
Investigators say they are still looking into what caused it. The university says the library will be closed until further notice.
You would never ask for this level of disaster any place. It was tragic and very sad to see what happened to Hale. Hundreds of thousands of gallons of water were poured into the library, both by our sprinkler system and by the firefighters, so we knew there was water damage, but we really didn't know much more than that. To see the extent of the damage, standing water on the floor, ceilings that have fallen in, plaster, water running down the walls, smell of the smoke and the dampness, and it just was overpowering to go in that building and see what had happened.
I was not prepared to see that our area was 100% totaled. That was so daunting. I realized that this was going to be bad. And I knew we were going to have to share with the staff that this was going to be for the long haul. But when you think about relocating 38 full-time staff from the IT area and 60 students, and then over 100 staff from the library area, I mean, there's only so many places around campus where we can go. And that was kind of one of the first thoughts is, where are we going to go? Where are we going to be effective in providing services for campus?
What we do is so student-focused that there's been a real desire to make sure that we don't have any gap in those services. And for one thing, I think the concept of K-State without Hale Library being open is very difficult for people, because it's just a place where people gravitate to and enjoy coming to. You know, students right away were like, well, where would we go instead? Because Hale is where we come to study. But staff are committed, and when we're done, it's going to get better. We're going to be better. That's the only way you can look at losing this much. I mean, 80% of the building has been destroyed, basically. You can't not feel devastated by that unless you have the hope that what you do when you put it back together is going to be better.
As bad as the loss was, the majority of the books were only smoke damaged and not necessarily water or mold. So in that aspect, it was lucky. It took us 3 to 4 days just to extract the water from the library on each and every floor. On average, we've had 120 people working there on a daily basis. The areas that we're cleaning right now are the hard to reach areas where we had to have scaffolding built to be able to reach ceilings. So those are the areas that we're focusing on right now.
One thing about Hale Library to me is Hale is like a person. It's like a friend of mine. A place that I've worked at for 14 years. So, and we have employees who've worked there 30, 35, 40 years. I think we all went through a grieving process for what we saw. Now we're on the other side of that, and what we're seeing ahead is a very bright future for the library. Here is 550,000 square foot canvas upon which we can recreate Hale Library. That starts to get very exciting for me, and I think an exciting opportunity for this campus to see what 21st century next generation library is going to look like for this university.